Hey everyone, Matt McMullen here with another episode of Under the Goalpost. Today we're with Justin Reid. And Justin, free agency can be kind of a scary time. You never really know what's going to be next with whatever team you join. Well, for you joined the Chiefs a couple years ago. All you've done is win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You ever reflect on that, your decision-making process, and how good it's been?
Yeah, man, it's one of the best career decisions I've ever made in my life. Coming to Kansas City, I didn't know what to expect. I knew that there was a championship culture here. But still, going through free agency, you never know what was going to happen. I had conversations with Carolina, I had conversations with Philadelphia, had conversations with Kansas City, and ultimately chose to come here. Pat actually gave me a call during his wedding week. So he was out in Hawaii or wherever he was at, and he gave me a call during his wedding week to help kind of pitch me coming here. And
that helps.
Ultimately made the decision. Yeah, the superstar quarterback calls you. Ultimately made the decision to come. And man, it's just been a Cinderella story ever since.
This is a tough question, but what felt better as a competitor, winning your first Super Bowl ever or successfully defending your title the next year?
The second one.
Okay.
The second one felt better. I always feel like the second of anything is always the best, because the first time is so unique because it's your first time ever doing it, but I was so locked into the game that I didn't take in the environment the same way that I did the second time around.
Sure.
The second time, I actually enjoyed the experience. I took my time a little bit more, and then you come back and go back to back, which is seldom done. Just made the memory just incredible.
And one thing I remember when you first got here in training camp, you kept repeating over and over, we want to be an attitude defense. And it's pretty cool. This defense has really grown into one of the best units in the NFL over the last couple of years. How have you seen that attitude defense grow here?
Yeah, it shows up, number one, when you turn on the tape, guys are flying around going 100 miles per hour. There's two things you can't coach that is completely on you, and that is your effort and that is your physicality. You know what I mean? You bring those things to the table, that's a foundation of defense. Then once you start letting Coach Spags cook in the kitchen with his different blitz packages and everything he wants to do, things start coming together and it gets really fun.
Well, what's it like playing for Spags? You have a defensive coordinator, has the most rings ever for a coordinator.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Bro, I mean, Coach Spags, he's like, he's a mentor, he's a father figure to a lot of guys, he's high energy, and he is meticulous on the details. And he wants things done a certain way because he knows it's going to work. And when guys buy into that process, you know, we had the whole T-shirts and everything. When guys buy into that process, it just shows up on tape and it works. And it's like, it fits like a glove, me playing in this system. I'm excited to come here. It's dynamic, get to play a lot of different roles. So it's just fun.
You were behind the T-shirts, right? That was your idea?
Yeah, so the story behind the T-shirts was that wasn't to go online for anybody else except for the defense. And I put those out as, hey, everyone's talking about how Baltimore is going to run the ball down our throat, and we all know the defense that we want to be, and that's got to show up. And the way it's going to show up is us buying into the game plan that Spags puts together and what we're going to do. So printed those T-shirts out as a thing to show the guys before the game, so that everyone buys into what your job and responsibility is, trusting the man next to you to go execute. And then it just took off. It got very popular, and you know, I'm walking around Kansas City and I actually see those T-shirts all the time, so it's pretty fun to see. There's
one in the Chiefs Hall of Fame now. I love it.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's like uniforms, there's footballs, there's helmets,
so
and Spags we just shared.
That is so sick. I love that.
It tells the story of last year's team, which I think is so cool. Now, there are a lot of young players on this defense that have just been amazing. Guys like Trent McDuffie in the secondary, Brian Cook, George Karlaftis on the line of scrimmage. So many young players have made this defense what it is. How have you taken on that mentor role over the last couple of years to help those guys be what they are now?
Let's not forget Shamari Connor in that conversation too, and the way that this guy has been playing this season. But you know what? I'm a teacher at heart. And I love mentorship. I love being a helping hand for the man next to me. And the best part about our, not only just the DB room, but the team and defense in general, is that we help the next man. Because we know it's going to take all of us. At some point in time, somebody's going to go down, it's going to be an injury, and that next man up is going to have to step up, and we need him ready to play. And it's a two-way street. Guys are willing to give information, and younger guys are willing to receive the information. And they take that and run with it. When you have a culture built like that, that's tight-knit, you're able to build something special. It's where you really root for each other and you trust each other.
I'm glad you mentioned next man up, because I'm thinking about a couple years ago in Arizona, Harrison Butker rolls his ankle. You're the next man up to be the kicker for the rest of the game. We all knew you could kick, but you were kicking in a regular season game for the first time. What was that whole experience
how about
like?
That? I mean, it's kind of the best situation. It's not prepared. It's kind of in the moment, and I think that that's the most fun part is when your numbers call, and the situation is like, hey, well, no one's expecting me to do anything anyway, so I'm just going to go out here and have fun with it. And I was like, you want me to kick it through the uprights? It's like, yeah, just kick it deep. I was like, all right, I got you. I'm jacked up, adrenaline's going, I'm ready to go. Blasted. That game was so fun.
Now, for those that don't know, your older brother Eric was a Pro Bowler in the NFL as well. What was his influence like on you as a man and also a football player?
Yeah, huge. So my big bro, as I was growing up, he was kind of like my benchmark to compare myself to. So when I was going through high school, I was comparing what I did in high school compared to where he was at. Going through college, the same thing, and also in the draft. And I ended up going to Stanford, which was right down the street from Levi Stadium. So I used to play on Saturday, watch him play on Sunday. And it was just a good experience because he used to break down NFL tape with me when I was still in college, so that when I did get drafted to Houston, I felt like I already had like half a year or a year into the NFL knowing how things worked, and it's helped out tremendously. And it's also fun to bounce ideas off of them back and forth.
It's very cool. I'm sure it paid dividends in your career. Last question as we almost wrap up here. What's it like as a defensive player when it's a primetime game at GEHA Field at Arrowhead? The crowd's going crazy. You're in the playoffs. What's that feeling like when the crowd's behind you?
Bro, there is nothing better. There is nothing better than Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, any night game, primetime game in Arrowhead Stadium. The feeling is incredible. You walk out, you go out, the crowd's going crazy. You see flashlights and camera phones going on all over the place. The roar of the crowd, and you feel the hairs on your skin start to perk up. Bro, it's just an electric atmosphere. It's so fun to play in.
This defense has been among the best in the NFL over the last couple of years. This guy is a big reason why.